Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This one's going to be for Wild, and it stars Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern, Thomas Sadowski, Michael Huseman, Keen McRae, Gabby Hoffman, uh, Cliff D. Young, Kevin Rankin, and yeah, that's it for the cast. And yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those that have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those that have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual I did. So Wild, what did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, Wild is a true story of Cheryl. I forgot her first name. Last name I mean. Cheryl. Her first name is Cheryl though. Basically, it's the true story of her, and basically how she hiked the Pacific Transatlantic Trail. I believe what it's called, the PST or PTS. Basically how she had to hike all that and how she's trying to get away from her life. And again, it's based on a true story and also on a memoir written by Cheryl. Yeah, I forgot her last name though. So yeah, I mean overall it was a pretty great movie, and yeah, the acting overall was pretty great in my opinion. And I was surprised by this film. I thought it was gonna be okay, good, but it was actually a pretty great film. And you know, again, the acting is pretty well done throughout the whole cast. You know, overall, everybody here does a pretty great job in their respective roles. Reese Witherspoon, you know, this isn't her typical role. You know, where she's trying, you know, where she's, you know, beautiful. I mean, she is a beautiful woman, but whatever. This isn't her typical role in which, you know, she's clearly, how do I say this? In this role, she's, you know, grimy, she's dirty, she's, you know, full of dirt, she's walking, she's sweating. This isn't her typical role, you know. And yeah, I mean, this isn't really her typical role. This isn't something she typically does. And you know, this movie was made by the same guy who made Dallas Buyers Club, which is one of my favorite films from last year, or 2 years ago actually, because 2015. So yeah, you know, in this movie, it's not as good as Dallas Buyers Club, but it's still an incredibly great film, which I do think you guys should check out. The acting is pretty well done. The writing is pretty well done. I mean, overall, it was just a pretty great film all around. I mean, there were a few aspects that were kind of though, you know, that were kind of good, that could have been better in my opinion. The flashbacks, I think the timing of some of the flashbacks were kind of weird in my opinion, and there's some flashbacks that after a while just seemed repetitive and didn't really make sense. There's about 2 or 3 flashbacks they showed several times that was after a while, after 2 or 3 times, it was just getting boring and annoying to see. But you know, the flashbacks do play a huge role as to why she is hiking, and basically she's hiking because she's trying to get away from her old life. She's trying to get past her divorce, the death of her mother, you know, past everything that has happened to her in the past, you know, past her drugs, her drug test or whatever, her drug life. She's trying to get past all that, and that's the reason why she's taking this hike. And I mean, overall, you know, after you find out why she does it, it's not as good as you want it to be. It's still a great film. It's not as good as you would want it to be. So yeah, and another thing I really don't like about the film, just one thing that really, not really it kind of pisses me off about the film. It kind of pisses me off about the film is that like almost every other guy she meets throughout this trail, you have this sense that they want to rape her or something. You have this sensation that they're gonna do something to her. They're gonna rape her. And I actually did count how many guys she met throughout the whole trail, and she met 17 guys throughout the whole trail. So yeah, she met 17 guys, and out of those 17 guys, only one of them really wanted to rape her. Maybe two, but only one clearly showed that he wanted to rape her. There's a second one that was kind of that he had this sensation, but you really can't tell because he really didn't say much. And you really didn't spend much time with him. He had like maybe 2 minutes on screen, but the one guy who wanted to rape her had maybe 5 minutes on screen, and he said some pretty interesting things, that were like, what the fuck? So yeah, there's only really one guy throughout the whole film who probably wanted to rape her. 2, just to be safe. So yeah, but there's like 17 guys, 15 just to be safe. Yeah, about 15 guys, because one of them was a child, like a 5-year-old. So yeah, let's just 16 guys more or less, who throughout the whole film, every one of them was really trying to rape her. So yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that kind of pissed me off. Like you're gonna have the sensation that every guy wants to rape her. That's kind of discrimination right there. It's kind of saying that all men are rapists, which we aren't. And also women do rape. So yeah, be careful. To the director. The director needs to realize that not all men are rapists. So yeah, aside from the rapey note, it was a good film. I think, again, it was a pretty good film. There are a few things that could have been done better aside from the men in the movie. There were other stuff that could have been done a bit better. It could have been elaborated on, especially at the beginning where you're trying to make the character mysterious. And it is good to have some mystery with the character, but they make her a little bit too mysterious, and then the reveal as to why she's taking the trail or the trek, it's kind of done all of a sudden, and the reveal wasn't really that good in my opinion. I do think that aspect of the film could have been done better in my opinion, but whatever. I mean, again, there's just a few things I didn't really like about the film, aside from the men, aside from the rapey vibe from like all the men in the film. There were a few other things that I didn't really like about the film. The pacing was a bit off at times, just a few times. There's the middle, I think, is where the pacing kind of got on and off again. Yeah, but the pacing throughout the whole film, it was good, but there were a few times where it was like on and off, on and off. So yeah, I mean, the pacing could have been a little bit better. The men surely could have been better in my opinion. Again, this is a true story, so I guess that's how she wanted every single man to be portrayed. But still, yeah, I mean, overall it's a good story with some major issues, especially in towards of the men. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this film an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty great film. Do check it out. Yeah, again, great acting, great writing, great direction. The pacing a bit off, and every single man in the film just kind of had a rapey vibe at the beginning. With one of them, or maybe two of them, really wanting to rape her. So yeah, that's basically it for this film review. And yeah, 8 out of 10 is what I'd give it. And yeah, that's basically it for the review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely do stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.